speaking of technology news, and we're going to get to these Xbox controller. I mean, here it is right here. If you're watching the PrisonPlanet.tv, Future of Warbot, powered by Xbox controller. It's off Wired.com right there. This is the ground vehicle. But we talk a lot about this tech, and the reason we talk about this tech is because it's here. You know, they're using big dogs in the military now. We have the RoboFish. We have the RoboPenguin. AI is a reality. And now they're trying to regulate the internet on another level, starting up the Cyber Security Office and a Cybersecurity Coordinator / czar. All right, so I always talk about the fact that they always take these hackers, they take the hackers out there, and this one is off of allheadlinenews.com. Top hacker joins DHS Cybersecurity Advisory Panel. See, they always recruit the best and the brightest, the actual hackers out there. And this guy isn't really a threat. This hacker, you know, is going in and he's getting information that should be open source anyway against corporations and that sort of thing, but it's illegal. And they catch a lot of these guys, but they also recognize their genius, and then they recruit them. Okay? Let's see. Well-known hacker and IT security consultant Jeff Moss, 39, has joined the cybersecurity advisory team of the DHS. Moss, founder of the hackers group Black Hat and DEF CON, together with other members of Homeland Security Advisory Council, was sworn in Friday by DHS Secretary Janet Napolitano in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, check out who the panel is composed of. This should make everybody feel extra safe. The panel is composed of 15 other prominent law enforcement figures, including former Federal Bureau of Investigator Director Louis Freeh, co-head of the 9/11 Commission, and former Rep. Lee Hamilton. Let me tell you something. When Lee Hamilton is involved in something, it's called evil. All right? Lee Hamilton is the king of the cover-up. I mean, this guy is over the top. Over the top. I've watched him talk about things, you know, back in the 80s on COG. Pretty sure that Hamilton had something to do with the JFK investigation. I can't say off bat. But, I mean, you watch how he openly covered up 9/11, and he knows it. He wrote a book with Thomas Keane, the other co-director, called Without Precedent, where they admitted that NORAD had lied to them and that they considered actually filing charges. Now, we had, I think it's Philip Shannon, who was another 9/11 commissioner, come out and write a book saying the same thing, saying that what they told was so far from the truth, he doesn't understand why. See, it's all about incompetence, and they didn't do it on purpose, and we don't know why they were covering up, but they were. So top hacker joins DHS Cybersecurity Advisory Panel. Remember, they recruit these guys. And in a lot of cases, what they'll do is they'll catch them doing something wrong, say, we're going to throw the book at you. Do you really want to, you know, spend 30 to 50 years in prison over just a little hacktacular, folks? Or would you like to serve on the board of the DHS? Well, what do you think you're going to take? You know, earlier in the program, I went with these blimps, and this is at a Newsweek.com, okay? Unmanned blimps. Are you being watched? The blimp flying above your head may be watching your every single move. And remember, they don't do it with just regular cameras, folks. They're talking about putting the cameras on these subways now that literally see through your body, okay? Sees a naked picture of your body, sees what kind of, metallic objects are on you. So if you have a wallet in there, they're going to see the wallet. They're going to see your keys. If you got a pocket knife, God forbid, which they're banning, I believe June 30th. I think it already passed. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 pocket knives that are available, totally illegal. You're an extremist. You're a terrorist. You have a pocket knife. How soft and stupid is this country that we allowed them to ban pocket knives? Because, you know, the pocket knife killer's really out there. He's been going right after people, cutting throats, gutting people. It doesn't happen. Listen, psychotics are psychotics. And by the way, another story we're going to cover tonight. I mean, like I said, jam-packed with the news. LA Times actually did this story about how, politicians and serial killers share a lot of personality traits. Really? Really? You mean they're sociopathic liars that get off on other people's misery? Really? Is that what they are? Oh, I couldn't tell. At least the majority of them. Anyway, let's go back to this unmanned vehicle. And I think this was at the Indy 500, by the way. Is where they used it in the U.S. already. At first glance, there was nothing special about the blimp floating high above this car and crowd in this year's Indy 500 on Memorial Day weekend. Like most airships, it acted as an advertising vehicle, this time for the Fisher House, a charity focused on helping injured veterans and their families. But the real promo should have been for the blimp's creator, Raytheon. Raytheon, the security company best known for its weapon systems. Hidden inside the 55-foot-long white balloon was a powerful surveillance camera adapted from the technology Raytheon provides to the U.S. military. They are militarizing the entire country, okay? They know that there aren't going to be any jobs, so they gave a lot of money to AmeriCorps, and they start boosting up City Year, and they have now amalgamated DHS into the NSA, and they're gearing you up to work for the state. After all, they just nationalized the car industry. Goodbye, car industry. Hello, government. Let's see what we got. Essentially, an unmanned drone, the blimp transmitted detailed images to the racist security officers and to the Indiana police. The airship is great because it doesn't have that Big Brother feel. It has a Big Brother feel to me. I don't know about you guys. Or create feelings of invasiveness. Yes, it does, actually. Vice President of Mission Innovation and Raytheon Integrated Defense Division said, but it's still a very powerful security tool. Until recently, Raytheon's eye-in-the-sky technology was used in Afghanistan and Iraq to guard American military bases, working as airborne guards against any oncoming desert threat. Welcome to America, Raytheon. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. People don't get it. You know, they're just going to keep sucking their thumbs and acting like it doesn't exist. Let's go to some calls. Let's go to Chuck in North Carolina. Chuck, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jason, do you hear me all right?
Yes, I got you, buddy.
All right, I just want to make sure. Last time I called, it sounded like my speakerphone might have messed you up, but if we're cool, we're cool.
You were super loud last time. I do remember you last time. What's up?
I want to say everything's good with the money bomb. You know, I got my $50 in there. I'm so glad that things worked out with that. What I wanted to talk about tonight was the same thing that you're talking about. It's perfect. I just watched this new show on Fox. Called, I don't know if it's new. I don't watch much TV. It just popped up, and I did watch it. It's called Lie to Me, and you would not believe this show. If it's a season premiere, I think it is. They were showing like Dick Cheney, George Bush, Bill Clinton, and showing how this guy is going to read your thoughts from your face. And
yes, I know what you're talking about. It's actually Tim Roth. People might remember him as one of the coffee shop robbers from Pulp Fiction. He's the main guy. He's been in a lot of other movies since. But what he does is he reads people's facial expressions and their body activity, and from that he can tell whether you're being honest or not. So what were they using the politicians as kind of this litmus test to see who was lying because he could tell that the politicians were liars?
Yeah, well, no, this show was showing how the school principal was the liar, and the politician, he was not involved in any sexual misconduct. He was really being a good guy trying to protect his...
the politicians love us. Yeah. That's what they're telling us?
Yeah, no, he was a very good guy trying to protect us, and he just didn't want his niece or whatever it was to get in any trouble, so he was, Well, sir, the politicians love us, so I'm glad that Fox is out there promoting that because they always have our best interests at heart. And there's no police state, there's no plan for globalization, no plan for a new world order. I think we should just all go back to bed and start worshiping Obama. Exactly, man. New world order. What are you, crazy?
Sounds great, right? I actually had somebody I went through about 120 MySpace messages that I had looming over the weekend. I try not to hit too many of them up over the weekend just because I forget them by Monday. I try to save them up so I have the stories. But somebody was telling me basically the New World Order can't be stopped. So you know what we should do? We should make a newly improved world order. And he was saying all these, look, globalization and a global government, no matter how you slice it, is going to be tyrannical. It's going to be bad. It's going to be evil. It's going to be constricting on your civil rights and liberties, your God-given human rights. So don't tell me that there's a kinder, gentler new world order out there via, zeitgeist addendum. I thank you for the call, Chuck. We're going to jump to Paul in Wisconsin. Paul, you're on the line. Yes, sir. We got you? 54321. Paul, you there? Let's jump to Troy in Illinois. Troy, you're on the air. Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Congratulations on the money bomb.
Well, thank you.
Hey, I was calling to give you a suggestion. If you're going to do this yearly, the money bomb, is that a plan?
I don't know if it's a plan yet. Let's see how much we're able to do with this $300,000. I think Jones actually inked the deal to get the second half of The Office out there, and who knows if we'll have to. Maybe with the second half of The Office and a weekend TV show, we can bring even more people in because, we were able to almost double our audience this year on prisonplanet.tv and otherwise. However, we also doubled the amount of staff we have. I mean, Jones brought me in full time. I mean, I was never paid by Infowars before. I just made money off of my films, just a small percentage of that. And then he was able to get, a new producer. He's got 2 board ops in here at night doing my show. On top of that, we've added a video editor. We've also added, 2 customer service people, and I think 3 people in the back. So hopefully we don't have to do this every year, but if we do, I know it's only going to be to expand the program. So